Members of the Common Council, administration, department heads, along with the many business owners, residents, and visitors of West Bend. I am truly blessed to be able to deliver my State of the City address during my second year as your mayor. There are words that I often use in my vocabulary in everyday conversation that I'm aware that I instinctively say. When asked how I'm doing, I often say, fantastic. Or when things go well, I say, wonderful. Now, I'll admit that sometimes these words are said with some sarcasm, if not sincere. But the other word I use, especially when talking about our city to individuals, groups, and other entities, is the word blessed. A word with religious connotations meaning worthy of adoration, reverence, and to be thankful for. This year, I would like to emphasize my talk on how blessed we truly are to live, work, and play in the city of West Bend. First, we're thankful to live in a safe community. Year after year, police, fire, and EMS services continues to be our largest budgeted expense, and for good reason. Our primary responsibility as a municipal government is to serve and protect all who enter our city. Continuation of service, a mantra used by our fire department, is key to make sure all who have been in our care reach a stable and safe condition whenever possible. To this end, police responded to 66,700 policing activities and fire and EMS 4,600 calls throughout 2021 and completed a combined 8,000 plus hours of total training. Our growing city continues to utilize our resources. To this end, our city completed a department-level study of the overall operations of the fire department and look forward to delving deeper into the results of and implementation. Our triannual union negotiations occurred with respect and decency, while still keeping taxpayers in mind. I appreciate the conciliations made to offset the increasing costs of healthcare, while making necessary contract cleanups and compensation adjustments that are vital to the employees in these departments. As of 2 weeks ago, we saw new leadership within the police department with the retirement of Chief Moyler and the start of Chief Timothy Deering, who is a dedicated, lifelong public servant who has already begun implementing new policies and building the team necessary around him to be successful. For all the security and protection in police, fire, and emergency services, we are truly blessed. Please join me in applauding these fine men and women. Strong infrastructure is a vital concern we pursued in a more serious light as of late. Roads such as Maple, Forge, and Forest were either replaced or constructed new, with addition to crack filling, sealing, and collaboration with utilities. Add to this the all-important 7th Avenue reconstruction that we're all thankful that we can drive on once again. A total of $7.3 million was spent in 2021. In 2022, we're not stopping there. A total of $2.4 million will be spent to tackle 18th, Laurel Drive North, Pennsylvania, and 5th Avenue, in addition to designing and maintaining others. Add to this, our partnership with Washington County has resulted in a wonderful tool to be utilized by staff on both sides. This tool allows staff to more predictably budget for and plan infrastructure expenses and help to accurately measure our progress. While it was no surprise, West Bend seems to be somewhat behind on keeping up with our infrastructure. However, we are in a historic moment to make real progress. We know that there's no one-size-fits-all answer, but ARPA funding, a looming federal infrastructure bill, positively performing TIF districts, and continued partnership with the county can all combine to tackle this problem more seriously than ever before. And for this, we are truly blessed. We've continued our trend of strong economic growth. Multi-unit housing and hotels, Trails Edge, the district, and Marriott's Town Place Suites are revitalizing underutilized areas of our city and are drawing more activity and people into our thriving downtown. These projects alone represent $52.5 million of assessed value in tax incremental financing districts. These districts are the tools by which we not only improve those key areas, but better those around them. Implementation of Main Street Bounce Back grants, facade improvement grants, and increased tourism dollars can all help expand upon this work. Milwaukee Tool is near completion in the West Bend Manufacturing Center with a 95,000 square foot facility. Existing businesses, Comar Manufacturing and Metalcraft of Mayville, have expanded their footprint to account for increased workloads and employees. Small and commercial businesses continue to thrive. And forgive me, this is a long list, but that's great. Dairy Queen, Jersey Mike Subs, Client First, Clock In, Classy Artist Box, Oakbrook Dental, Stifle, Crane and Arrow, Urban Farm Girl, The Cheese Wedge, 6th Avenue Barbecue, Vino, Dooley's, Christy Max, Respawn Retro Gaming, Murphy and Procthauser, Hype Nutrition, We Rock the Spectrum Indoor Playground, Sassafras Candles, and of course many more have all opened their doors or expanded. Add to all this, the recent announcement of a purchase of the vacant Shopko property should excite us all to see another blighted property turned around. Our economic development team, engineering, and planning departments are busy, and we certainly want this to continue. We should remain hungry and determined to not let this momentum die. This is how we continue to grow our way to find solutions rather than to tax our way, and for this, we are truly blessed. And finally, our city would be pretty boring if not for the many exciting recreational opportunities we provide. The new library rec center in the basement of the library is complete and being utilized to continue to teach and inspire our youth. Carl Cuss Field is ready to host the next generation of games on its turf. The Regner Beach House is on its way to get reconstructed and expanded for all who utilize our amenities. And of course, watch for work to be done on the west side of the Riverwalk along the Milwaukee River. Many partnerships, grants, and donations were used to make this dream become a reality. For all this and more, we are truly blessed. Now, being as blessed as we are does not mean we are perfect. The implementation of steps within the aforementioned fire study will take a lot of tough decisions and planning. Recruiting and retaining employees while modifying our compensation plan will take creativity and a willingness to support the public sector in order to compete at a hectic job market and a time period being called the Great Resignation. And the quality of our road infrastructure is not getting any better. Serious conversations and actions need to take place to keep up with and improve upon our transportation and utility systems. However, in the end, I'm optimistic, and I hope you are too. Our family recently befriended another young family who had moved back into the area after community hopping over the past decade. Right away, the outward appearance of our city resonated with them. They felt safe to live here. They were amazed at how our city had grown and the job opportunities were aplenty. They were excited at all the fun things to do in our city. And in the end, this is why we do what we do. Our residents all want the same thing: to live their lives without having to worry or think about the policy or budgetary decisions of their local government. They want garbage to get picked up, emergency services to come when called upon, activities to enjoy, and streets to be plowed. Our job is to ensure that these services are provided for the best value for their hard-earned tax dollars. I don't know about you, but I think West Bend is pretty fantastic and wonderful, and we are truly blessed to live and represent such a city. I'll end this talk the exact same way that I did last year because this message still rings true. The state of our city is strong. We have been blessed with the economic fortitude to persevere. We have invested in and strongly support our public safety divisions and the rule of law, and we continue to provide economic and recreational wins that encourage people to want to visit, work, and live in our great city. I'm honored to be mayor of such a city. We as a council should be proud of our community and the work that we get to do day in and day out. Thank you for your time, and thank you to all who serve the great city of West Bend. Thanks so much.